which promises to be both enlightening and engaging. I request Professor Chandresh Solomni, National Executive Committee member of Indian Geotechnical Society, to chair this session and to take up the proceedings of this session. This session will begin with a keynote lecture. Over to the chair to take up with the session.
On behalf of the organizer, I would like to welcome all the delegates on the Day 3 Technical Session 2. I invite for the first keynote presentation by Professor Ikuwa Duata. Professor Ikuwa Duata, please.
We have a presentation now on groundwater effects on co-seismic slope instability during the 2024 Noto Peninsula earthquake in Japan.
Thank you very much for this invitation to this fantastic conference. So today I'm trying to show my gratitude to all organized committee participants by using this place. This is a gift from Kunebi. So first, this is a part of my personal map collection, published in 1570 Europe, and it shows Goa clearly like this. So we are there now. And my topic today concerns groundwater effects. This topic is based on my reconnaissance damage caused by earthquake in 2024 Japan. And contents are like this: earthquake overview, tectonic issues, seismic landslides, and after number 4 and number 5 are my most important concerns. And if time is available, then I proceed to number 6. So the earthquake happened in 2024, that's a mistake, in central part of Japan. And it's a peninsula, rural area, and epicenter is over there. And I addressed first Wajima city briefly. So this is the ground motion observed by K-net system in Wajima, and maximum acceleration was nearly 1500 centimeters per second. And this is a map of Wajima city, and K-net station is located on a firm ground. But there is one more station operated by Japanese Meteorological Agency. This is located upon soft soil. So that distance is 0.5 kilometers, and it's interesting to compare motions on firm soil with high SPT programs, more than 50, against JMA site on soft soil with very low SPT programs. And the maximum acceleration was very much different. But more interesting issue is frequency component. You can easily recognize that lower times history is slower than top record. So that I address the spectrum by running FFT, and this is a comparison. K-net spectrum shown by blue is much higher frequency component, and JMA on soft soil has lower frequency component. So I understand that theory, soil mechanics, soil dynamics, earthquake engineering are again acceptable based on these observations. tectonic. In the 20th century, tectonics was a topic in science, geology. But in the 21st century, we encounter the problems caused by tectonics in Earth. This is one of the problems encountered last years. Uplift of 3 meters happened in this fisherman's harbor, and you see that harbor is dry. And it's a big problem to local fishermen communities. So how to restore the community? Digging the harbor bottom, it's understandable, but cost is a problem. Also, local communities getting aged, older and older. So financial people claim that what is the reason to spend lots of money to support so aged communities. Aging is a big problem in Japan now, particularly in rural areas. So most small fishermen's harbors are just left like this without any clear decision. And this is another example of uplift 4 meters during the earthquake. So again, it's a big issue how to take care of these areas. This is another example of uplift in Wajima City. So inside Wajima City, ground level uplifted, and during the earthquake, river became dry, no waters. That was a fatal problem during the fire fighting. The fire started during the earthquake, and the fighters came to the site, but the water pipelines were broken by the earthquake, and they tried to get water through the river. Then they found that the river was dry. So actually, they could not do anything to extinguish the fires. So this is a consequence. So this was again a huge damage to the entire Noto Peninsula economies. By the way, this is the ongoing expo in Osaka, and this will be finished next weekend. And you can find a big, great ring made of udon, Guinness World biggest udon structure. And believe it or not, my company designed this. I have no idea what structure, but my company did this. Just let me show you. And the seismic landslides, one of the examples like this, and the tunnel was damaged, and many small landslides, not striking, but they stopped road transportation, and also, as you saw, uplift of harbor seabed stopped sea lanes. Therefore, emergency rescue from outside became extremely difficult. Road stopped, sea lane stopped, helicopter not very much help. So that was another problem caused by tectonics. And now I'm coming to the problem, slope problem. So this is the case of Anamis Town, and this is the consequence. And actually, there was some amount of rainfall prior to earthquake, 1 month, about 6 weeks before the earthquake. And this is a detail of the landslide. And my question was, what is there beyond the shoulder? So Google Map is like this. So beyond the shoulder of the slope, there is a baseball field. So to date, engineering didn't care the construction of such a sports facilities at the top of the hills. Sports facilities good for the welfare of local people. There are no questions. But now I suspect that such a big open field is bringing more rainwater into the unstable slopes. First, there are no vegetations, so rainwater is not absorbed by vegetation. There are no transpirations. Just water remains there and seeps into the slopes. So increased infiltration occurs into the top of the throat. And also, sports facilities are designed and constructed for rainwater to promptly infiltrate into soil, and people can start playing baseball or football, whatever, as soon as possible after rainfall. That's good for people, but for slope stability, rainwater is invited to go into the unstable slopes. That's very bad. So we have conflict between safety and welfare of people. So this is a view of the baseball ground 1 month after the earthquake, and 5 months after the earthquake, and still I was able to recognize evidence of fractions, cracks, also some problems. This is evidence of fraction 5 months after the earthquake. And the geological strata is like this. It's inclined towards the failed slopes. Inclination is this way, and I suppose that groundwater can easily flow along the layers boundaries into unstable slopes. So that made the slope more unstable. And then earthquake triggered ultimate failure. So man-made fields cause many problems. This is Kanazawa City site, and this is the failure of a small valley filled with soil at this high school. So there was a small valley here. It was filled with soil to make some facilities there. So this photograph, the top of the slope, so you can recognize pile foundations over there. So there was also some amount of rainfall. So this is a view of the site before the earthquake. Now Google is very helpful to study what happened, what was there before the disasters. So landslide happened there. I'd like to call upon these issues. What is the meaning of valleys? Valley is a place where groundwater gets together through geological structures, and water starts eroding. That's why we have low places called valleys. So after valley filling by earth, still groundwater comes to the previous valley. So we need to drain water. That are indispensable issues for stabilities. But in most cases, drainage is not enough. Or after many years, we have clogging, etc., and we don't have a good drainage anymore. So that makes the slope unstable more and more. And then further problem was the construction of big sports ground behind the slope. More rainwater started to come into the unstable slopes. So far, we are not aware of this problem of sports facilities. Sports facilities has been considered good infrastructures. We never dreamed that this affects slope stability problems. Surface not covered vegetation, that's the issue. So this open area made easy seepage of water into slope subsoils. And many people have been talking about liquefaction, the flow failure of gentle slopes like this, so I don't touch upon this issue, but still there are many problems for reconstruction of these communities. Not only engineering problem, but social problems are there. Issue is all house blocks move 10 meters, 20 meters, shape of the site changing. So now question is, which part of the failed slope is whose properties? Registration, survey, make lots of dispute among local peoples. some people get more land, some people lose land. So there are conflicts. Who pays for that? How much? Then today I'd like to talk about this Tsubata town, slightly away from the Kanazawa city, and the landslide occurred in the recent urban or residential development. I visited this site twice, 1 month after and 6 months after the earthquake, and always still lots of water drainage was going on. You can recognize the big pipes, water pipes here. So I understood that there are plenty of ample groundwater behind this slope. And probably one of the sources of this ample groundwater is this reservoir just next to the field. Both residential field and this reservoir were constructed by stages in late 20th century, as shown in the next slide. This is a map in the 2000, and here there is a reservoir over there. And next to the reservoir there are many houses, that's the residential areas. And in 1980, so nothing. It was just hill areas. So development took place between 1980 and 2000 by stages. And in that period, this reservoir was constructed here. So question is, was it possible to foresee the landslide problems? My answer is yes. So precise seismic assessment of hazard. This is an aerial view of this Tsubata site in June 2022, 1.5 years before the earthquake. So this is a view of the landslide site after the earthquake. Slope failure occurred there. And let's see the precise seismic views at 5 or 6 or 7 sites. And I start with this red circle where landslide happened. The views like this, I'm very much grateful to Street View of Google Earth. It's quite helpful to understand what happened. You can recognize many cracks on the surface of the pavement, and shape is like this, and slope limit in that directions. So, in my view, cracks in the pavement suggested block movement of soil towards the slope 1.5 years before the earthquake. So if local communities or local engineers, officers were careful about the meaning of these cracks, they could say something about the future risk of landslide. And the typical shape of the crack is something like this. It's not a closed rectangle. One side is open, and the block is moving towards the slope. And this is another side, just a boundary between slope area and another slope facing the reservoirs. So there are some cracks over there, but more detail. Now I'm looking onto the entire road along the reservoir side, and there are some, but not many cracks. The shape is again like this, and maybe this suggested 1.5 years before the earthquake, some movement the slope shoulder towards the reservoirs. But fortunately, this part of the slope did not fail during the earthquakes. One reason is stability was not so bad as in another previous slope, because as shown by less number of cracks. Beyond this sketch, there are no big cracks anymore. There are some, but not significant. But still, typical shape is like this. So I imagine that slope was also almost failing, but the half-tap safety was 1.00001 and most failure did not happen, fortunately. Then some people ask me, what is a clear clear difference in appearance of crack configuration between unstable slopes and very stable ground. So now we look at that place, far from the slope, no slope failure is possible. Still we can see some cracks, but the shape is different. This shape of a crack is a combination of this yellow dashed line and white lines. And in my view, the shape is rectangular. It's a combination of yellow and white. And this set of cracks caused by maybe shrinkage and substance, like shrinkage of pigment and the substance of right backfields. So shape is different from the previous ones along the unstable slopes. And let's look at another one shown by red arrows. And again, we can recognize many cracks like this. This is not related with slope failure at all. Most probably, this is due to the substance of lifeline backfill soils. Consolidation substance occurred there, and then surface pavement was damaged like this. And the shape is never rectangular, never something as you saw before. So even if this happens, you don't have to worry about slope problem at all. So shape of cracks is good evidence ongoing slope instabilities. So it's a useful signal. If this happens close to the slope shoulder, then we have to do something to maintain the stability or avoid future earthquake landslides. This is so. Maybe Korean delegates can recognize where we're living. The center itself, everything is written in old names. But still I can recognize Incheon or Gimpo Airport. Airport size still maintains the original name. That's wonderful. And then, limitations. Actually, groundwater has been a big issue in the history of geotechnical engineering mechanics. Many disasters happened, and mostly our attention has been paid to slope instability problems. But actually, nowadays, groundwater is showing more problems to our communities. The mechanism of failure is always clear. Groundwater pressure, water pressure reduces the effective stress and makes slopes, ground unstable. That's well known. And this negative effect is sometimes unexpectedly serious. For example, this is a crash card example of slope failure in Vajont Dam, Italy, 1963. And this is a consequence. 2,000 people are killed in midnight. And this is a Vajont Dam that I visited 2010. And this is also another interesting picture, Vajont Dam reservoir before failure. So as water level came up, water pressure in the slope increased, and the shear strength was lost, and 200 million cubic meter landslide happened, jumped into the lake and caused tsunami. So this is consequence. But nowadays, we have reservoir-induced seismicities. And India is actually first observer of this type of disasters. So I visited this site in 2016, and it was not an easy trip, but anyhow, I was able to take these pictures. And our community should have learned lots of lessons from the effects of reservoir-induced poor pressure rising. However, we are not alone. There are many examples. I was able to visit Tajikistan with the kind help of Professor Askar 2 years back. And this Nuregna, it's 300 meter high. And this 300-meter water pressure increased water pressure in faults and started tremors, seismic tremors, smaller scales in the area. But fortunately, no disaster. Very fortunately. And USA also experienced similar problem when Hoover Dam was constructed like this. And this is Aswan High Dam in Egypt. As you know, Egypt has been tectonically very stable, and the local community or even Egyptian government did not know anything about the earthquake problems. And then after completion of this dam, suddenly small earthquake started. And I remember that one damaging earthquake happened in this area. So the Egyptian community was very much shocked to see this consequence of dam constructions. So always causes fault rupture triggered by permeation of reservoir water pressure into existing faults and many more. So forensic idea of reservoir-induced earthquakes. After such a disaster, always we have a conflict between engineering community or owners of reservoirs and affected local communities. Some people say, oh, dam is responsible. Other people say, no. And such a discussion is endless, as long as I know. So how significant is the responsibility of dam construction? This is a question, but mostly we cannot answer this question directly, immediately. So just let me plot stress, shear stress over sigma dash versus strain. This is a fault behavior, typical fault behavior. We have big stress, failure, and then stress goes down to the residual levels. So dam is responsible. Oops. Dam is responsible. Dam is responsible. If the initial conditions here, at the bottom of the stress-strain relationship, so under normal conditions, the factor of safety is high enough. And if the dam increases the stress ratio substantially, like this, failure happens in fault, and dam is responsible for disasters. But dam is not responsible if the initial conditions here are very close to the peak stress. And so whatever effect dam may exert, big or small, sooner or later the fault would have ruptured. So responsibility of dam construction is much less than another situation shown on your left-hand side. So when discussion starts about the responsibility of the dam construction, or in order to avoid unnecessary long discussions, we have to show which is the case in reality. So if you plan dam construction in any areas, it's very important to do earthquake monitoring.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
No problem. It's very important for owners of dam to start earthquake observations before the construction, before impounding reservoirs. You should show which was the case before the reservoir impounding, blue one or red ones. So summary is like this. So I try to review my experience after 2024 earthquake, and unexpected groundwater problem deserves more attention. Sports ground is an issue at the top of slopes. And whatever reservoir, water reservoir side slopes provides them with water to affect stability. This was not very concerning to date. And the pavement cracks at the surface are promising signals of ongoing slope movement. And there are more examples of disasters caused by reservoir water, such as not only by dam construction, but collecting oils or natural gas by injecting water, etc. So many thanks for your kind attention. That's the end of my talk.
Thanks, Professor Tuata, for a nice presentation. On behalf of the organizer, I would like to offer a memento to Professor Tuata.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Kind attention, ladies and gentlemen. Engineer Daniel Pollock from Chile has an announcement to make. Invite you on stage.
Hello everyone. You can't imagine how glad I'm to be here. 2 years ago I met Anil in Astana. Last year he came to Chile for the Pan American Conference. Now I'm here. So now it's your turn to visit Chile, and I have an invitation. Video? To the south of Chile. deadlines are already done, so if someone of you wants to present something, please come to me and we can arrange something. I hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Daniel Pollock. And now we move on to corporate presentations. Our gold sponsors are Keller, Savi Infrastructures, Techfab India, Gadware Technical Fibers, SANI, PFEPL and Pavoy Infra. To start with, I invite Mr. Prasad PVSR, Head Keller BDSND, onto the stage.
Good morning, everyone. I am Prasad. I am representing Keller Asia. So, warm welcome to everyone for this conference from Keller Asia. So, I would like to give our corporate presentation in terms of video. So,
Every day, people around the world live, work, and play on ground prepared by Keller. Used alone or in combination, our techniques solve a wide range of geotechnical challenges across the entire construction sector. Kerala has a long and rich history dating back to 1860. Our commitment to engineering excellence and continuous improvement has seen us successfully develop many of the ground engineering techniques that are widely accepted in the construction industry today. With diverse products, sectors, and customers across 5 continents, we are the largest geotechnical specialist contractor in the world. Today, our projects span the whole of India, starting from Barmer, Rajasthan. Our team fought extreme heat and sandstorms to install 13,500 piles within a 10-month schedule. Keller accompanied the job, utilizing 9 hydraulic rigs, 10 conventional rigs, and 2 batching plants, ensuring seamless progress despite the harsh conditions. This effort laid the foundation for a new generation refinery and petrochemical complex designed to meet India's growing demand for oil and petroleum. In the vibrant city of Noida, Uttar Pradesh, Keller undertook the challenge of providing foundation solutions for a landmark commercial center that will soon house luxury hotels, a sprawling mall, and dynamic meeting spaces. This complex project required a blend of 6 techniques: diaphragm wall construction, anchoring, soil laying, shotcreting, piling, and excavation. In Khavda, Gujarat, Keller played a key role in the development of renewable energy power, a major step forward in India's green energy initiatives. To provide a stable foundation for this project, we installed 190,000 meters of fibrostone columns. Working in a remote area, we maintained operational excellence and efficiency, completing 19,000 cubic meters of granular blanketing with remarkable speed, laying the foundation for a renewable energy hub that will power a cleaner future for Gujarat and beyond. At Mundra, Gujarat, Keller is currently tasked with laying the foundation for a massive polyvinyl chloride plant, one of the region's most significant industrial projects. To meet the demanding requirements, we are in the process of executing 30,000 bore piles and installing 5 lakh meters of fibrostone columns. Our team is utilizing 20 piling rigs and 6 monofibrous setups to ensure efficient progress. This large-scale project showcases Keller's expertise in delivering robust solutions while maintaining timelines and supporting the ongoing growth of Gujarat's industrial landscape. In Jagirod, Assam, Keller is contributing to one of India's most ambitious initiatives under the National Semiconductor Policy. Tata Electronics is developing a state-of-the-art semiconductor assembly and testing facility, a project that will place India firmly on the global semiconductor map. To lay the foundation for this world-class facility, Keller is executing 8,000 plus bore piles, each up to 22 meters deep, along with the pile testing, excavation, pile chipping, pile cam, and pedestal works. At peak, 21 piling rigs and 22 cranes were deployed, and our team is delivering this large-scale scope in fast-track schedule. Once complete, this assembly and test facility will become as a milestone in strengthening the nation's electronics manufacturing ecosystem. At Ennore, for Adani Ennore Container Terminal, AECT, 30 kilometers north of Chennai Port, Keller is interested in developing container berth terminal by executing diaphragm wall, ballast piles, bore piles, and deck works. On completion of the works, as it is located strategically, the project offers 2 congestion-free seamless cargo movement, enhancing the economic activity in Chennai-Bangalore Industrial Corridor. Our vision is to be the leading provider of specialist geotechnical solutions to lead in expertise, quality, product range, and customer service, and to consistently outperform our competitors. Keeping this into practice are 3 core values: integrity, collaboration, and excellence. At Keller, safety, quality, and sustainability are at the heart of everything we do. We are committed towards a zero-tolerance policy for avoidable harm through proactive risk management and continuous improvement. These empower us to deliver safe, high-quality foundation solutions across Asia and beyond, building not just structures, but trust and a sustainable future. Our sustainability approach is centered around the Keller's 4 Ps: planet, people, principles, and profitable projects. Thus, through continuous improvement, we strive to make a positive impact on society and the planet.
As mentioned, please do join us our stall outside at A5. And thank you very much for those people already visited. And remaining people, we would like to welcome you at our stall. Thank you very much.
Thank you. On behalf of the organizing committee, we would like to present a memento to Keller. Request Mr. Prasad to kindly accept this memento from the chair of this session. Savi Infrastructures is our gold sponsor. Request Dr. Vikas Patil, the Managing Director, and Engineer Malva Patil, the Technical Director of Savi, to be on stage.
Good morning, friends. On behalf of Savi Infrastructure, I welcome you all here for this corporate presentation. Just in brief, before we start the presentation, friends, I started my career as a faculty in Government College of Engineering, Pune. And during my stay over there, we noticed that Professor Halls, who documented his research work and noted some limitations in his work, where he tried to optimize the cost of high retaining walls. And there, he tried with the relief shell concept, but yes, during his attempt, he noted some limitations in our RCC retaining wall, which were the only solution perhaps for the optimization of high retaining walls. That particular limitation we studied, and we applied the same concept of relief shell in a gravity structure. And since last 25 years, successfully, we are not only providing the consultancy design drawing, but we are providing the complete solution, design build solution for retaining structures. Friends, I am standing here along with my son and Director of Savi Infrastructure, Mallam Patil. The reason behind it, friends, the research is not only directly accepted by industry as it is. And we notice since last 25 years of our journey, where we do patent, many things we did. But society needs some assurance, and for that assurance, we started providing 50 years of warranty, that professional warranty we are providing. And we are only in the industry who are assuring you 50 years of warranty for the construction of retaining structures. And we are more focused towards high retaining walls. I will not take much time, but our presentation is restricted to only 4 minutes, 59 seconds. Sir knows it that I must complete within 5 minutes. So I start, I request the organizers to start the presentation.
Once the location where the wall is to be constructed is finalized, based on the subsoil conditions and the height requirements, the depth of the foundation is decided. After excavation to the desired depth and preparing the base by applying leveling course, construction of the wall starts, wherein laying of base concrete is the first step. To explain the concept of Graviloft technology, the shear failure pattern that originates from the intersection of base concrete and retention surface is shown. Then, construction of wall is carried out in stages with the process of simultaneous backfilling. Once the construction of the wall reaches the designed height, an RCC loft is laid like casting of a raft on the already placed backfill. Now is the crux of this technology. The erection of this loft into the failure plane breaks the shear failure pattern, giving birth to a new shear failure plane, which originates from the intersection of the loft and the new retention surface. The balance construction of the wall and backfilling is then carried out. In multi-loft graviloft construction, for heights of more than 6 to 7 meter, multiple gravilofts can be provided accordingly. This merit gives the graviloft technology utility for much greater heights. Interestingly, as the height of retention increases, the percentage of saving due to adoption of graviloft walls increases. When there is no loft, the lateral earth pressure diagram is a single triangle, and base pressure distribution is triangular, giving more pressure intensity towards the top. In graviloft technology for single loft, earth pressure is in the form of two reduced triangles, and the pressure is either uniform or trapezoidal, which exploits the full bearing capacity of the foundation and eliminates the possibility of tilting or uneven settlement. The backfill, which is responsible for generating lateral thrust in graviloft walls, is unstable soil mass above the shear failure planes.
I'd like to proudly mention that the next video is an outcome of our continuous research journey. And Mallar, after his graduation from UC Berkeley, has added the feather in our institute, in our organization, and that is nothing but the next generation, please.
Savi Infrastructure and Properties Private Limited, holders of Graviloft technology and are exclusive retention solution providers for the last 21 years. They had come up with a proposal for a 3-tier safety solution, namely Advanced Controlled Yielding Technique, Zero Pressure Concept, with due consideration of the importance and solidity or sound solution desired. In this technique, the retaining wall is designed for various factors of safety with Graviloft technology as the first tier of safety. In the second tier of safety, provision of the wraparound technique yields strength to the backfilled material, resulting in minimization of lateral thrust on the wall. In addition to this, provision of geofoam EPS 150 between the Graviloft retaining wall and the wrapped-around backfill will perform a buffer or cushion to create a zero pressure effect on the wall as the third tier of safety. This graphical presentation is to elaborate the methodology of construction as follows. Excavation up to the hard strata or designed depth of foundation. Laying bent concrete for leveling. Casting of the raft as per design. Casting of the first lift with provision of weep holes. Fix geocomposite as filter media for the first lift height backfill side. Place geofoam EPS, laying of a geogrid and geotextile. Backfilling in layers to a height of 1 meter, watering and compacting to the desired density. Wrap around the geogrid and geotextile. Repeat the procedure for placing geofoam to the second loft. Cast the RCC loft as per design. Repeat the procedure with casting of the next lift of the wall to achieve the desired height of the proposed retaining wall.
Thank you, sir. Conventions, we constructed so far more than 100 kilometers of retaining structures and height ranging from 2 meter to 30 meter with 50 years of assurance. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I request the chair of the session to hand over a memento to Dr. Vikas Patil and Engineer Mallar Patil as a token of appreciation from the Organizing Committee of Geotech Asia 2025. presentation from TechFab India. I invite Engineer Manish Baron, Vice President of TechFab India, onto the stage.
Hello, welcome everyone. I am very grateful to the organizing committee and every one of you to give me a chance to present a corporate presentation. Can you please start my presentation, please? So, TechFab India is a 22-year-old company in India with dream to give India world-class geosynthetic products with indigenous manufacturing facility under one roof. We'll start the corporate video of our company. Please play.
A powerful new India, driven by industry, trade and commerce. A nation growing at a fast pace where connectivity, heralds progress and towering infrastructure and innovation mark a swift trajectory of growth. Behind the scenes of this robust development lies a sturdy support system, which proves to be a backbone for the nation in more ways than one. Geosynthetic products have emerged to be a reliable solution for a wide range of geotechnical, transportation, hydraulic and environmental demands. TechFab India has been servicing the nation since 2003 by aiding the construction, design and implementation of dependable, cost-effective and easy-to-build infrastructure with world-class geosynthetic goods and geohazard mitigation services. From humble beginnings, while setting up the manufacturing facility for woven geotextiles in Silvassa and Daman, and rockfall protection system in Haridwar, we have rapidly grown to become the largest manufacturer of geosynthetics products and geohazard mitigation systems in India today. TechFab India, through their commitment, capability, enthusiasm and the willingness to do things differently, have achieved incredible results for clients through the years. TFI started exports to a global market and carved a prominent niche as a prime manufacturer with its array of unique products. The vision is to offer excellent quality products and services and thereby serve the growing needs of infrastructure development in India, at the heart of geosynthetic activity and at the heart of geohazard mitigation activity lies our intense persistence to innovate and introduce world-class products every year. We are the only Indian company manufacturing widest range of products. Even when it comes to international markets, only few offer such a diverse and dynamic range, and thus TechFab India stands out. It all started with a spark, which led to the idea of geosynthetic products, and today the brand is India's largest manufacturers of the same, with over 25 acres of land and 600,000 square feet area. With its headquarters at Mumbai, TechFab has its network across New Delhi, Baroda, Guwahati, Chennai, Kochi, Dehradun, Chandigarh and Hyderabad. With manufacturing facilities located in Silvassa, Daman and Haridwar. TechFab hosts the complete end-to-end manufacturing under one roof. The diverse product range has over 25 classifications each with its own variations. quality has always been at the heart of DFI's operations. And several investments have been made in critical spaces to ensure the reliability, safety, and international standards. There is always continual striving to better oneself in this sphere. All the facilities have ISO 9001:2018 certification. The TFI manufacturing units have full-fledged testing labs for quality control with GALAB and NABL accreditation and ETA certification. The products are also extensively tested at several of the world's leading independent labs. Propelling all of this are the people. The passion, diligence and dedication of trained professionals, both from the management and the workforce, who together script this saga of success. A reflection of this lies in the awards and achievements garnered over the years. TFI has been validated as a strong and profitable company amongst 141 technical textile companies in India by blimsoworld.com. This is indeed a milestone in the continuing success saga of our geosynthetic manufacturing focus. This depicts our zeal by providing the highest levels of world-class quality products, along with the highest levels of site-specific design application capabilities and impeccable service support for the clientele. Our customers' continued trust in TechFab India is instrumental in the journey thus far. TechFab India grew from an idea to a business of USD 45+ million in 20 years because consumers have a strong belief in TechFab India's products, teams and design services. As TechFab India looks towards 2030, the dream is to be a part of India's revolution of limitless advancement by laying the foundation for tackling multiple key issues. Made in India and for India, we take responsibility to shoulder this brave journey to new frontiers by strengthening our product production capacities. Geosynthetic engineering for a better tomorrow. Geohazard mitigation engineering for a better tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. On behalf of the Organizing Committee of Geotech Asia 2025, we place our appreciation to TechFab India for being the gold sponsor of Geotech Asia 2025. Request the chair of the session to hand over a memento to Engineer Manish Bharat, Vice President TechFab India. Thank you. Garhware Technical Fibers is also a gold sponsor of Geotech Asia. Request Engineer Mohammad Patrawala, Manager Design, Geosynthetic Division of Garhware Technical Fibers for the presentation. Please start the presentation.
Sustainable development is no longer a choice, it is a necessity. As global populations grow and urbanization accelerates, the demand for infrastructure continues to rise. However, while development drives progress, it also comes with a cost. Today, infrastructure is among the largest contributors to global pollution, resource depletion, and environmental degradation. The materials we use, the energy we consume, and the way we build all have lasting impacts on the planet. To meet the needs of the present without compromising the future, infrastructure must evolve. It must become smarter, more efficient, and above all, sustainable. This is especially critical in areas like rockfall mitigation and coastal protection, where infrastructure not only supports human activity, but also stands on the front lines of natural hazards. By adopting eco-friendly materials, low-impact engineering, and nature-based solutions, we can design protective systems that are both effective and environmentally responsible. Sustainable infrastructure isn't just about building stronger, it's about building wisely, in harmony with the environment, and with a long-term vision for resilience and balance. At Galvari Technical Fibers, we push the boundaries of innovation to create products in a sustainable manner that improve life on our planet. Since 2011, the company has been spearheaded by Mr. Vayu Galvari, and today, under his stewardship, the company has become synonymous with providing innovative solutions that add value to our customers globally. Galvari has been awarded patents for 17 product innovations, with over 35 patents forthcoming in the near future. At Galvari, our focus on innovation and R&D has enabled us to develop innovative, application-focused solutions that improve the profitability of our customers worldwide. Our employees form the soul of our company. At Galvari, our endeavor has been to create an environment of care and nurturing. Our employees and our customers are at the core of everything we do. Close your eyes and be rest assured that Team Galvari is working relentlessly to challenge the boundaries of innovation through technology and teamwork. A shining example of this commitment is brought to life by the Galvari Design and R&D team, which proudly presents its advanced rockfall monitoring system, RODLAMS, successfully implemented for CIDCO, a government body tasked with the monumental challenge of delivering Mumbai's most anticipated second airport. The very first obstacle was relocating 2,786 households across 10 villages. The only available site, a vast, abandoned quarry with unstable, unprotected slopes, boulders, and screen-present hazards in residential zones adjacent to former mining rock cuts. Hence, mitigation measures are critical to ensure safe and sustainable infrastructure development. A serious safety risk to residents, CIDCO allocated 20 crore rupees for installing rockfall safety nets to prevent falling debris. Galvari is honoured to have been chosen to carry out the prestigious and extremely challenging work by CIDCO. Galvari in this project has successfully accomplished an exceptional feat by completing over 3,000 running meters of anchoring, drilling through one of the most dense and unyielding basalt bedrock formed by extensive volcanic eruptions that created the Deccan Traps between 68 and 60 million years ago, and laying over 8,500 square meters of drapery consisting of double-twisted hexagonal mesh and high-strength boulder net. The project presented its own unique set of challenges, including steep slope, hard-to-reach working areas and harsh climatic conditions, but through meticulous planning, seamless coordination, and a commitment to safety with zero reported incidents, Galvari successfully completed the monumental task in a record time of just 6 months. In a landmark move for rockfall protection, Galvari unveiled RODLAMS, the innovative early warning system in this project, setting a new benchmark in slope safety. By harnessing real-time data and advanced sensors, RODLAMS delivers early warnings and rapid response capabilities with unprecedented precision. When paired with conventional drapery, it becomes the ultimate safeguard, protecting lives, infrastructure, and the environment with a level of reliability that's truly the cherry on top for modern rockfall mitigation systems. Galvari's RODLAMS system, integrated with conventional rockfall drapery, sets a new standard in slope protection and monitoring. Featuring IoT connectivity and a machine learning module, it enables real-time remote monitoring with minimal maintenance. Developed by Galvari and certified by IISC Bangalore, it marks a key milestone in infrastructure safety. Now fully deployed, RODLAMS is transmitting live data to CIDCO, enhancing early warning and proactive risk management. The core of the early warning system is an advanced sensor interface that continuously captures real-time data on slope displacement and stress variations. This data is visualized through dynamic graphs, allowing engineers to track trends, identify anomalies, and respond proactively. The intuitive dashboard translates complex sensor outputs into actionable insights, enabling timely alerts ahead of potential rockfall events. Rockfall mitigation measures proposed by Galvari dramatically reduced risks, ensuring the safety of residents, workers, and commuters. These measures have not only safeguarded roads and infrastructure, but also eliminated repair costs and minimize downtime. With reduced hazards, property values have risen, fueling local economic growth and attracting investment, while reducing financial strain on insurers and municipalities.
Thank you. I request Engineer Suman Jain to collect the memento on behalf of Engineer Mohammad Patrawala, Manager Geosynthetic Division of Darbare Technical Fibers Limited. Request the Chair to hand over the memento to Engineer Suman Jain on behalf of the Organizing Committee of Geotech Asia 2025 as a token of our appreciation for being the gold sponsor of this conference. SANI is a gold sponsor of Geotech Asia 2025. I invite Engineer Anandan, Project Head from SANI Heavy Industry India Private Limited for the presentation.
Good afternoon. Thanks to Geotech Asia 2025. I sincerely pronounce to everybody of Geotech professionals who are working hard for Mother Earth and for Mother Earth to present generation and upcoming generation. I have small video on SANI to present it. Request you to play the video.
With the mission of quality changes the world, SANI has been committed to providing reliable construction, machinery and services for customers around the world. In 1989, 4 young men founded a material factory in a remote village. After decades of development, that small factory has grown into the largest construction machinery manufacturer in China and is renowned worldwide. Today, we dedicate ourselves to supporting global economic development. We pave roads, build ports, and erect countless buildings. We produce machinery, innovate energy sources, and construct infrastructure to support world development. In August 2002, 2 motor graders were shipped to Morocco, marking the beginning of our global journey. After more than 2 decades of diligent effort, our overseas sales have steadily risen. In 2023, our overseas sales revenue reached $7.3 billion, accounting for nearly 40% of the total income. In over 180 countries and regions worldwide, we have established more than 1,700 service outlets, 900 spare parts warehouses, and 4 R&D centers. Outside China, SANI has built 15 industrial bases in places including the US, Europe, India, Brazil, and Indonesia, and 46 intelligent manufacturing plants around the globe, 2 of which have been rated as lighthouse factories by the World Economic Forum, enhancing our global manufacturing capacity. Focusing on user needs, we invested 5% of our annual sales revenue in technology R&D. Through independent innovation, we've obtained over 15,000 patents and successfully developed key components, achieving wide control over the entire industrial chain. In 2020, SANI's excavators became the world's top seller. In 2021, we ranked 468th on the Forbes Global 500 list. In 2023, we were honored as China's best employer by Forbes. Today, our concrete machinery is a global leader, with a global market share of over 45%. And the cranes, piling, mining, port, roads machinery, and wind turbines are top
participates in numerous mega projects around the world, contributing to a better life for people everywhere. We place great importance on after-sales services, coordinating with global dealers to build an efficient spare parts system that ensures timely responses to customer needs. By establishing the ECC Enterprise Command Center, we offer service to nearly 1 million units of construction machinery around the globe. SANY is leading the industry into a new era of digitalization. Meanwhile, we have also launched the Global Service Action Campaign to safeguard customers' equipment, aiming to provide high-quality service that exceeds industry standards and customer expectations. SANY has vowed to be a world-renowned pioneer in intelligent manufacturing by proactively applying digital technologies, including production analysis, equipment management, and process optimization, to realize controllability and traceability throughout the entire process of its industrial chain. We have developed a range of unmanned electric products to lower carbon emissions and save energy costs for our customers by creating intelligent solutions for scenarios like batching plants, ports, and mines. We achieve driver-reduced or driverless operations and collaborative efficiency. SANY is also dedicated to developing new energy sources, including wind, solar, hydrogen, and energy storage. Promoting ESG, energy conservation, and emission reduction. We are passionate about public welfare and safeguarding lives. As we embrace new challenges, SANY is ready to accelerate the transformation of globalization, digitalization, and decarbonization, providing products trusted and recognized by customers. We always believe that quality changes the world.
Quality by means of continuous improvement. We believe in that logic. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I request the chair of the session to kindly hand over a memento to Engineer Anandan from SANY Heavy Industry Private Limited as a token of appreciation from the organizing committee of Geotech Asia 2025 for being our gold sponsor. Thank you, sirs. I now invite Engineer Tabish Kalsekar from Pioneer Foundation Engineers Private Limited onto the stage for the corporate presentation. Pioneer Foundation Engineers Private Limited is a gold sponsor of Geotech Asia 2025.
Very good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tabish Kalsekar. I'm the General Manager at Pioneer Foundation Engineers. And I would like to just present a brief about the company, what we do, and how do we do it. So before starting the session, I would like to thank the Geotech Asia team for organizing this event. It's a privilege for me and my Pioneer team to be here and presenting in front of you all. So about Pioneer Foundation Engineers, we are a 3-decade-year-old organization with a grassroots level innovation in geotechnical engineering. We primarily have 3 major verticals, the geohazard and the disaster mitigation segment, where we offer different kinds of disaster mitigation and geohazard mitigation solutions. We have areas of construction and rehabilitation, especially in the water resource segment, and survey GIS and geotechnical investigation solutions. So the core idea behind the organization was to provide turnkey solutions in the space of geotechnical civil engineering sectors. So we work with multiple government departments. So we have been working in different areas, primarily, as we said, the highways, railroad networks, different kinds of asset infrastructure which needs to be protected through our geohazard mitigation solutions. So we also have been working with various water resource departments across the country. We've been providing dam rehabilitation solutions for aging dams, and we've been working with some of the biggest names in the sector, like the Survey of India
and Ministry of Road Transport and Highways for central level and national level projects as well. So the areas in dune hazard mitigation that we do is rockfall protection solutions, where we provide drapery solutions, we provide rockfall barriers of different energy capacities. We have slope stabilization solutions, primarily in regards to anchoring solutions and erosion control solutions to prevent the collapse or landslide, or to reinforce the slopes that are there. And we have debris flow control solutions as well. We provide different kinds of debris flow barriers and installations of various kinds. And on top of it, if you see, after we do the entire life cycle, which is primarily the design, the commissioning, installation, we do monitoring and management of these sites as well. So on top of it, as I said about construction and rehabilitation, we provide construction rehabilitation solutions for aging dams, where we do concrete repair works, we do leakage prevention works for masonry and earthen dams, and spillway rehabilitation works as well. So we have been working with the WRD state of Maharashtra for some of the major dams in the region, where we have been done pressure grouting and curtain grouting measures for seepage control as well. So some of the key projects that I would like to highlight, this is very important, and we like to present it across all of these case studies. The one that you see right now on the screen is a 10,000 kilojoule rockfall barrier. This was the first in Asia to be installed at a height of 70 meters above the road level. And if you can see the road, the access road was very narrow, which is just a 2-lane road with difficult terrain. And the region is Malchej Ghat, where in Maharashtra, where you have excess rainfall because it's in the Konkan region. So it was an extremely challenging project. When I talk about challenges, this is some of the most challenging projects and terrains that we have worked in. And we have successfully been able to install and get the solution in place, because there were a lot of landslides and rockfalls happening in this region, and there were multiple incidences of a state transport bus being washed off because of a boulder that had come from the top. So our solutions have been working and preventing such kind of disasters as well. The other solution to the Atal Tunnel, the south portion of the Atal Tunnel was predominantly susceptible to avalanche. So we installed these avalanche protection solutions. So the entire bridge was around 1 kilometer high and extremely difficult terrain, challenging weather conditions below 0 degrees, and installing this, we got a limited window of execution as well. That's where our key strength in execution comes in place, that we have been installing these kind of solutions in some of the remotest regions in the country. The third one, again, this is a remarkable one that we have achieved. This is the Asia's tallest hybrid earth retaining structure, which is standing at 102 meter high. This was at Teen Darya, West Bengal. As you know, Himalayan mountains are primarily baby mountains, and they collapse easily. So this was a notorious site where the entire mountain was moving. So that's where we actually came in picture. We started the analysis. We came up with a detailed plan, and we went right from the bottom to the top, and we secured the entire landmass with the help of the structure that was built, which had rope anchors along with other hybrid retaining structures built around the area.
You time over.
Yeah, so just a couple of more projects regarding, we have done Arunachal, and we have done leakage control measures for Tengar Dam and Bhatsa Dam, where we have successfully covered leakage prevention works over there as well. And some river erosion control measures back in UP as well, where we have carried out bank erosion control measures. So thank you so much, and it was great presenting in front of you. Thank you.
Thank you. I request the chair of the session to hand over a memento to Engineer Tabish Kalsekar from Pioneer Foundation Engineers Private Limited, who is a gold sponsor of Geotech Asia 2025. Thank you. We have one more corporate presentation from Powai Infra Geotech. Ladies and gentlemen, I draw your attention onto the screen for a video from Powai Infra Geotech.
Welcome to Powai Infra Geotech, scaling endless possibilities since 1976. We specialize in world-class geotechnical solutions for modern infrastructure. PAVE is a trusted name in geotechnical design, sourcing, and execution. Our mission is to deliver credible solutions with strong partnerships and zero compromise on quality. With expert engineers and operators, we ensure flawless execution. Our perfect recovery track record and zero retention claims speak for our reliability and precision. Our strength lies in technical expertise, modern equipment, and deep knowledge of drilling technology, delivering results every time. PAVE offers core geotechnical services, including slope stabilization, excavation support, and soil investigation. These are critical for ensuring structural safety and long-term stability in challenging terrains. At PAVE, we enhance ground performance by improving bearing capacity, controlling seepage, and protecting the environment. Our solutions ensure stronger foundations and sustainable project outcomes. We serve infrastructure across highways, railways, tunnels, power, water, and defense sectors throughout India. PAVE began its journey in 1976. Over the years, we've steadily evolved into a trusted name in geotechnical engineering, serving national infrastructure needs. Our growth is marked by milestones of innovation, expansion, and excellence in execution. Over the years, PAVE has achieved remarkable milestones. Made in India, made for India. At PAVE, our commitments define who we are. Over the years, PAVE has earned the trust of some of the most respected names in the industry. Every project we deliver is a reflection of our expertise, precision, and dedication. At PAVE Infra Geotech, where PAVE means change, every challenge becomes an opportunity to create transformation, we believe that every structure we strengthen contributes to building a stronger nation. Each image you see here represents not just engineering, but effort, innovation, and excellence. PAVE Infra Geotech is a trusted name in geotechnical engineering, delivering end-to-end solutions for infrastructure projects. With decades of experience, we are known for our reliability, quality, and commitment to client success. Thank you for your time. For collaborations or more information, connect with us at www.provigeotech.com. PAVE scaling endless possibilities.
Thank you for that video, Pawai. I invite Mr. Umashankar Kuppuswamy from PAVE Infra Geotech onto the stage to receive a memento in token of appreciation from the Organizing Committee of Geotech Asia 2025. Thanks to all our sponsors. Our gold sponsors were Keller, SAMI, TechFab India, Garhwal Technical Fibers, Sani Heavy Industry, India Private Limited, Pioneer Foundation Engineers Limited, and PAVE Infra Geotech. And we have Mr. Umashankar Kuppuswamy from PAVE Infra Geotech on stage now. Thank you. I request the chair to take forward with our invited lectures. Next we have invited lecture 6. Over to you, sir.
I would like to invite Professor Hemant Hajarika from Kyushu University, Japan, for his invited lecture number 6. Please.
Good afternoon to all of you. First of all,
I'd like to thank the organizing committee of Geotech Asia 2025 for providing me this opportunity to deliver this lecture on the earthquake in Japan in 2024. Before I start my lecture today, okay, there is a legendary artist and a singer called Zubeen Garg from northeastern state of India, Assam, where I come from. On September 14th, after 3 years of no connection, I got a WhatsApp message from him saying that there is an earthquake in Assam, in Guwahati. And I had a communication with you. I showed you some of my communication, some of the private communication I deleted. And this is the message from him on September 14th. And on BBC News on 23rd, a week after that, you can see that the tragic date of this jail of India. For the last 3 weeks, it has been a very devastating week for me personally. I concentrate on my work, and also this is the picture I took in one of his live stays, where he made me sit behind the stage when I was young. And why I'm talking about that today is that he was very much concerned about earthquake resilience of our countries, this country's, India's infrastructure. He always encouraged me to do something for the state and the country, and always talked about earthquake with me. Not only that, he was a very influential person in politics, state politics. In state, there is a very big river called Brahmaputra, and within that river, there is a small island called Majuli. That's the only place in the world where area is decreasing because of erosion. And he influenced, with his powerful voice, influenced the politician of the state to take erosion control measures, including CO2. So he had a lot of contribution even to our geotechnical community, and that's why I have shown this to you. And this is the funeral, his funeral after Michael Jackson, the second biggest gathering in the world. So many people gathered to mourn his untimely death. He was just 52. And this is very interesting. Just 3 days back, 20 different people sent me this Facebook, where I also wasn't aware of that, actually. He talked about, in this interview, earthquake. He talked about myself, me. He talked about Japanese culture and Japanese wives, because my wife is Japanese, so he knows very well. So probably that's the reason he talked about that. And I'm very glad to share this. And I have a special request to all of you here. If you can spare 30 seconds of your time to stand up and show our condolences to the family and for his departed soul. For 30 seconds, could you please stand up? I'll say start, and maybe you can. Okay? Okay, thank you. Please start. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, coming to my topic now. They are my co-authors. I'd like to acknowledge them before I start my speech. These are the contents. I'll start with a little overview of the earthquake. Actually, Professor Gohata already talked about that, so maybe some of these slides I might skip. And I'll talk about our investigation. And then one example of ground improvement which could prevent lateral displacement and result from our forensic investigation, and some factorial analysis of damage due to lateral flow and a few conclusions. Overview, where is Noto Peninsula? Professor Gohata already talked about that. This is here. This is the peninsula, it's called Noto Peninsula, and earthquake took place there. This was on January 1, 2024, the first January. The epicentral depth was 16 kilometers, and it was a very long-lasting event with widespread strong shaking, even up till the Kyushu, southern part of the band, could feel the shaking, and many building collapse, liquefaction, flow failures, and seabed upliftment. This shows the distribution of liquefaction affected areas. So you can see there are many areas around the Ishikawa prefecture where the center is located, and Niigata and Toyama prefectures, nearby prefectures, they had lots of liquefaction related failure, damaging failure. So we decided to form a forensic investigation team under my leadership with academia, industry, and government. These are my colleagues. I think Professor Matsumoto might be here. He was he's from that Ishikawa prefecture, so he was the person who helped me the logistics of my team. Okay, we performed two investigations, once in February, once in August. And we especially focused on liquefaction related damage in Uchinada town, which is about 100 kilometers away from the epicenter. And you can see the extent of liquefaction area, liquefied area, about 10 kilometers long and about 100 meters wide. This is the case study we took. This is the house which is supported on 50 piles of length 6 meters, of pile diameter 0.6 meter and pile spacing of 1.5 meter. He is the owner here, Mr. M.K. This is another house, just about 20 meters away from his house, which was supported by conventional spread footing, and the house moved by about 12 meters due to lateral spreading and also tilted. So we took these two as case studies and started our investigation. You can see the house here, the same house, and now on October, when I visited, the house is no longer there. He has to dismantle the house, move somewhere else or build a new house there. And the key wall was damaged. You can see the blocking of this water channel here. And after that, after a few months, the authorities have installed some temporary sheet piles to prevent the displacement of the area. Okay, so the objective is to find out the mechanism of this kind of damage due to lateral spreading, and focusing on these two buildings. One is supported on pile foundation and another is supported on spread footings. and present some factorial analysis of our investigation. So we perform these different types of tests. I'm not going to go into the detail of this test. If you can just remember the PDC, PD, SDS, PDC, SWE, and standard SPP. These are the different locations where we perform various tests. This is the house, which was, this is the house building with grounded piles. This is the house with shallow formation. So we just concentrate around these areas and perform different tests as shown here. So I'll show you some results of our study. This is the house. They were still living even after the earthquake. And of course, the compound pool was moved by about 1.6 meter and the soil settled by about 1.7 meter. You can see the piles here, grounded piles, and you can see the areas here, 1.7 meter of settlement. But there is no damage to the house at all, no movement at all. You can see the details here. So, we performed many forensic investigations, as I mentioned before. One is that we perform this dynamic cone penetration test after the earthquake, which is shown in blue here. And we got the original boring data before construction from the owner, and you can see the difference in the strength of the two results. Also, the original ground surface was here, as I mentioned before, because of 1.7 meter of the soil has gone because of the lateral spreading. So we could perform only from this location. So you can see this.
You have 3 minutes left.
Okay. Then there was a groundwater level difference before and after the disaster. One interesting thing is that this same test we conducted in August, about 6 months later, and you could see some rebound of the strength, same soil, after 6 months. And these are the transitions of topography in that area. This area was developed actually during 1960s. This is the Prefecture Road. This is the location of the house which was with grounded pile. Okay? So you can see the development here with time, and they were mostly field soils. So, and this is 1975, this is 2011. Okay? And these are the results from our PVC test. I'm not going to go into very details because of the time limit. I'd just like to conclude that from our test, this N values and fine content, and these colors represents the types of soil. That's mostly sandy soil with minimum fine content, and the liquefaction occurred primarily within this shallow depth of 2 to 4 meters. Okay? This is our conclusion based on the PDC test, and let me go to our analysis based on our investigation. First, why liquefaction took place in that area, which is 100 kilometers away from the epicenter? One is that we found that there is a thick layer of clay of 15 meters in that area, and probably that might have amplified the seismic motion. That is one reason. Another one is that the response velocity spectrum, if you look at here, then it has a high response velocity of 60 centimeters per second, and substantial seismic energy generated during the event. So it might have led to the liquefaction with a predominant short period motion. Third one, as I mentioned before, it was a landfilling area with a high water table. So we also observed during our...
Request to conclude, please.
Yeah, give me 1 or 2 seconds. 2 minutes, okay? Thank you so much. Some drainage basin indicating groundwater level was very high. And this was the boring investigation we performed individually. And you could see that there are filling here, sand dunes and aluminum here. And also these are the PDC results which I already showed you before in the area. We'll skip this one. And this is the surface wave exploration results, which shows that there are some along this road, prefectural road, this side and this side shows significant difference of the shear velocity. So this led to the liquefaction. And finally, liquefaction took place at a shallow depth. This is then an evidence. There is the one town Professor Tohada mentioned, Wajima and Suzu city. Here you can see the upliftment of the... Just 1 minute. Yeah. Thank you very much. Upliftment of the Chinada town and Suzu city. See, you can see the difference that it took place at a very shallow depth because there is no upliftment of the manholes. Okay? And finally, these are one evidence that the road here, it prevented the lateral displacement somehow, the prefectural road. Okay? That is one factor. And finally, there are many voids in that building, and the owner sent me this picture a few months ago that finally he has to put some sheet pile walls and concrete mixture to avoid any disturbance of the structure in the future earthquake. Okay? Please. Okay, thank you very much. And our chairman is in a hurry, so I have to conclude here without my conclusion. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request the chair of the session to present a memento to the speaker on behalf of the organizing committee of Geotech Asia 2025. Thank you, sirs. Attention, ladies and gentlemen. We have 2 more invited lectures before we break for lunch at 1:30 p.m. and we will have a photo session with all the delegates before we break for lunch at 1:30 p.m. All EC members are to assemble at South 1 at 2 p.m. for the National Executive Committee meeting of IGS. Over to the chair.
Okay. We are running short of time and we have to finish both the invited lecture in 15 minutes, each in 15 minutes. Professor E.C. Singh, please. He is immediate past Vice President ISSMG Asia. Professor E.C. Singh. Sir, you have 15 minutes to present.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to present my paper. The title of my paper is Recent Development of ISSNG Asian Region Activity in the 2011 to 2025. Okay? So, it's ASEAN Member Society of ISSNG 26 middle individual member, about 3,500, and also according to the Albert Shaw, Jordan and the United Arab Emirates intend to join the society. Asian region is the most dynamic economic power, and the population of Asian region about 59% of overall world population. But we do have facing many natural disasters like earthquake, typhoon, and volcanic activity. So we got to develop a new technology for countermeasure for those natural disasters. And historical record of the geotechnical engineering Asian region were made by the Professor Jalin, 1987, and also Jachin Mo, 2011, at 14th Asian Regional Conference. These are the membership society distribute in the Asian region, but we need some membership society from the Myanmar, Laos, and Cambodia, and also the Middle Eastern country like Jordan and Saudi Arabia. All those regions are expected to increase the number of the membership society. I think the membership society in the Asian region, Japan is the largest number of membership, and China and Korea. India is 264 individual members. These are the membership society in the Asian region. I think the Professor Zawada and Professor Aska greatly collaborate with me to host Philippines and Mongolia. We are member of the ICCMG. And these are the officials of the ICCMG. I should summarize for that. I think from the Asian region we have 4. I think Mark Barros is part 3 Asia and also USA, right? And also the Vice President from, I think mostly from the Southeast Asia, and Japan and India. This time I think Professor Aska just back up from the Central Asia. The value of the ICCMG, the conference, from the Asian region, we have a couple of times from the Japan, Kyoto, Tokyo, and the Osaka, and another one time in the New Delhi. 2017, Seoul, Korea hosted conference, and the summary of this, I think Professor Samsung Jung is in audience. He was the chairman of 19th ICCMG. We had 1,952 individual member participants from the 82 nations. Greatly, we successfully hosted this international conference. These are the details of the Asia Regional Conference. I think we have several times in India and also Southeast Asia. We have the location of the Central Asia in the Kazakhstan 2023. There's photographs of the 16th Asia Regional Conference in the Taipei, Taiwan. This is the 17th Asia Regional Conference in the Kazakhstan. Professor Aska greatly with the airport and very successfully hosted in Central Asia. And programs of the Asia Regional Conference, presidential address, Mark Barros delivered the address in the 17th Asia Regional Conference, and the keynote and the special lectures, and also post sessions, and also exhibition. The years and hosting Society of Asia Young Geotechnical Engineering Conference and listed last week, the 10th AYGCE was held in the 2023 in the Jakarta, Indonesia. And we had the ASEAN Council meeting yesterday. I think Nepal, Kathmandu will host the Young Geotechnical Engineering Conference, I think in the May month 2027. And this is one of the international conference in the Lahore, Pakistan, with the collaboration of the nice AYGCE, and they're very good, organization, and has society exclusion and so on. In the Asian Regional Technical Committee, I think a very active Hazarika hosted several times for this GeoCREST conference, and in the August month, ATC 10 and the ATC 19, they have the workshop in the Almaty, Kazakhstan, with the collaboration of the TC 305 megacity and the new capital. And the Asian activity of the ICSMG TC, I looked through the website and I recorded. Mostly this ICSMG TC activity was held during the ICSMGE and also India. So all these activity was happened in the Asian region. I think India usually hosted a couple of the ICSMG Technical Committee workshop, pre-workshop, before the annual national conference, and we have very active in the particularly TC 305 and the megacity and new capital, and the forensic engineering, and also this time also we had a couple of the workshops and this assessment, and another one was the forensic engineering. So this activity of the ICSMGE TC, the 2019, there was a lateral soil workshop in the Goa 2019, and this is a view of the workshop. I think Professor Pinto and Madam was there. It was successfully hosted by the Professor Saboika, and this is a photograph after the conference. And the year 2020, those days, as a COVID-19, so we had a lot of online the conference, the first geotechniques, and also ICSMG activity, 10th anniversary and the 40th anniversary of the Korean Geotechnical Society and the 70th anniversary of Japanese Geotechnical Society, and also 10th Asian Young Geotechnical Engineering Conference in Jakarta, and also Philippines Society of Soil Gas and Geotechnical Engineering. So I also attended 2019 the Indonesia National Conference, and also the Geotech Engineering for Sustainable Infrastructure Development in Hanoi. They have every 3 years the conference. So time capsule project was initiated and also updated. I think China reported the 13th project, which has academic and science award, and Japan made a very good time capsule program, lasting 70 years history of the infrastructure development, from the Kanto oil spill to the Kansai airport, and so on. And the Korea reported about the 50 years, the development of the infrastructure from the Busan, Seoul-Busan highway, and also nuclear power plant, and also the land reclamation work, and the Incheon airport development work, and the high-speed railway construction work. And Sri Lanka, they presented 4 videotapes for landslide the problem, and most of membership society, they report to the ICSMG bulletin. I think now is very much improved for the time capsule program. So I reported summarize the time capsule project during the Sydney conference. This is a previous board members and the beautiful view of the Opera House in Sydney, and the view of the Darling Harbour. I think it's outgoing, the past previous board members and now current board members, Professor Barros here. Okay, so I deeply thanks to the SSMGE and the Korean Geotechnical Society and the Geotechnical Laboratory of Incheon National University for me to travel by the help of the financial and also technical support to make me to participate in the play a great role of the international activity in the Asian region. And I also would like to acknowledge to the past the Vice President of ICSMD for Asian region, Professor Askar Joseph, Ibu Dota, and also current Vice President Albert Shao for their dedication in the promotion of the ICSMD activities in the Asian region. Thank you for your pay attention.
Thank you, Professor E.C. Singh, for finishing in time. Please, thank you.
Thank you, Professor Shin. On behalf of the organizing committee of Geotech Asia 2025, kindly accept a memento. Request the chair to hand over the memento to the speaker. Thank you. Gentlemen, we have a photo session before we break for lunch at 1:30 p.m. So please stay back. We have the last invited lecture in this session. Request the chair to do the proceedings.
Thank you, Professor Singh, for the information. Now I would like to invite Professor Askar from Kazakhstan for his lecture. Time for presentation is 15 minutes.
So, thank you, Mr. Chairman, for giving the opportunity, giving very short, I hope very short lecture. So, my lecture more related with Pile Foundation's experience, especially related with mega structures in the difficult soil ground of Kazakhstan. So I have my colleagues, also Dr. Abdullah, associate professor, who is working with me. I am also representative not only Eurasian University, also St. Petersburg, my alma mater, in St. Petersburg University of Architecture and Civil Engineering, and also Moscow State University in the Russian Federation. So this is contents, my presentations. So I want to introduce about 3 mega projects. So we have several mega projects in Kazakhstan now, but I concentrate for 3 mega projects. Unfortunately, no time, so I will very quickly. Maybe you don't know about what is position Kazakhstan. So Kazakhstan will have between Europe and Asia, about 30% territory belong to Europe, 70% territory belong to Asia. We have very big boundary with China and Russia, and also other former republics like Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, and also through Caspian Sea with Azerbaijan, also with Iran. So we have very big territory, about 9 positions in the world. So we have several different soil ground, especially north part we have freezing soils, and the south part we have seismic soils, also east Kazakhstan also we have Altai mountain, also seismic zone. We have Caspian Sea, so also oil, gas, and place, excavations, very big amount, and coal mining. So also you can see distributions of seismic activity in Kazakhstan. So you can see this red is south part of Kazakhstan is mountain area. Tension mountain has.
Sir, status म्हणजे ते आपल्यावर depend.
So these are general minerals you can see. So we have several minerals in Kazakhstan, including oil and gas. Also one of number one is now we sale of uranium in abroad. So this is Astana now 1997 change of capital to Astana from Almaty. So we made constructed many high-rise buildings. So this is one of big projects, 200 hectare Expo 2017 already done. So many buildings, unique buildings, master plan designed by Kishikura of Japan, and many architecture from foreigner like Foster, and also from Italy, from Turkey, many bridges. Already 5 bridges already done, another 5 bridges under designing. So this one mega project Abu Dhabi. So it is one of the biggest in Central Asia, about 80 floor buildings. So you can see this is the sun working great, and also you can see the first experience was about 20 meters. We have excavations space for car parking. You can see this construction site. So we make together with Arab Tech company, together CCC. So this is some foundations of this area, 25 meters in depth. And you can see this activity related with client requests us make some prognosis of settlement. So we make some special simulations by using of program FLAG and also Plastic 3D. Beginning 1997, we have several projects, high-rise buildings in Kazakhstan. So we changed our code for investigations of mechanical properties, soil ground, so more we use of reaction. Regarding of this project Abu Dhabi, you can see this soil ground, some sandwich soils. So finally, bottom of piles we can find had some stone. So this is also geotechnical survey. So client requests us make some geophysical report for understanding of behavior of soil layer. So we make some also using of software. Already I told the 2 programs. So you can see this is some settlement of different blocks of Abu Dhabi. So the second mega project, light railway transportations, now is under construction. So at the end of this year will be finished. So connected new railway with new Astana airport. So we have these projects already under finishing. So you can see these foundations also about length, depth about 55 meters, some place, diameter 1.5 meter. So we made of constructions different season. Also our client requests us made some checking of integrity for defect of piles in the body. So we use of low stress methods and cross-hole sonic like pile integrity test and cross-hole sonic testing. So this is our students, PhD work very well. So I will very quickly, so these are good piles without any fluctuations, bad piles with fluctuations. So this cross-hole sonic has very good results because we have detected several multiple defects for comparison with pile integrity test. It's different philosophy of testing. So it's good piles without any cracks. So it's bad piles about 2 cracks. So this is also, you can see some positive and negative point of pile integrity test. So you can only detect it only 1 cracks, and after 1 cracks, you cannot detect it another cracks. But for cross-hole sonic, you can find multiple defects. So this third mega project Expo 2017. So we are on the finishing already. So this is one of the interesting phenomenon for us. We use Osterberg test, because we have more than 3,000 ton loading. Also it's first experience. So we comparison with our standard of the United States standard, American standard, and also use Osterberg test for high vertical loading. So and this is the conclusion we set now, very developed now is also test, especially for high-rise buildings. Also we develop also pile integrity in the cross-sonic test for detections of body of piles. And also we prepared it, and also we made dynamic test for obtaining of dynamic bearing capacity by using PDA, depends from soil ground. So finally our colleagues in Moscow request me also invite you for conference in March 2026 in Moscow. This conference dedicated of 95 years anniversary of Moscow Research Foundation Institute. So we have several committees together, including DC305, because it's second conference, almost after 10 years. So this is, I think it's first Euromos was our president visited, Mark Belows. Some activities, you can see Kremlin, Red Square, different attractions place in Moscow. And last year we organized also another conference in Moscow City Engineering University about searching for Yucatan. So this already you have time for sending abstract and paper. So venue will be the Research Institute of Foundation's main institute on the Russian Federation. So this is some venue, some laboratory, president of this society. So this registration is that data 30 October, but anyway, for abstract and for paper you have time. Also you can make some contact with Professor Gumi, one of the representatives of this organizing committee. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for finishing well before time. Thank you.
I now request the chair of the session, Professor Solanki, to hand over a memento to Professor Asghar Susbakar on behalf of the Organizing Committee of Geotech Asia 2025 as a token of our appreciation. Thank you, sirs. And now I request Professor T. Tyagaraja, Member Technical Committee of Geotech Asia 2025, to hand over a memento to the chair of the session as a token of our gratitude and appreciation. Thank you all. And ladies and gentlemen, before we all move out for lunch, request all of you to come forward for a photo session. Request all of you to come forward for a photo session. And all executive committee members of Indian Geotechnical Society, kindly note that we have the National Executive Committee meeting at South 1 to start at 2 p.m. today. Thank you all. And post lunch, we will all be gathering back in this hall at 2 p.m. From 2 to 4 p.m. we have a special keynote and a keynote lecture, followed by a panel discussion on geotechnical engineering in a changing world from an Asian perspective, featuring the presidents of Asian geotechnical societies. Subsequently, we have the panel sessions in multiple halls from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Also, whoever have registered for the gala dinner, please make sure that you are in the lobby at 6:45 p.m. So we'll have a photo session right now. Subsequent to that, all EC members are requested to be at South 1 for the National Executive Committee meeting of RGS. Post-lunch at 2 p.m., we have in this hall a special keynote and a keynote lecture, followed by a panel discussion. And thereafter, from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m., in multiple halls, we will have our panel sessions. All the members who have registered for the gala dinner, please make sure that you are in the lobby by 6:45 p.m. And also kind attention to the mini workshop on sustainability practices for smart geotechnics, which will be held today, 9th October, from 3:45 to 5:30 p.m. at All Day, All Night Road. Thank you all.
इसलिए बोला तो पहले से हम लोग
जमा करते
वाइट है तो वाइट ब्लू नहीं चाहिए ये वो भी लगा दो ये भी लगा दो
टेबल भरा था अपना इधर में लगता है क्रिकेट रहा इनवल मैं भाई
बंदे दिले
इलिंदर बा तीन साइड का
टेबल
टेबल ते कलमडा करत बा थोड़े लोग में चिरा हुई क्या मैटर हुआ ये अपना सूरज उल्टी पर डाउन साइड में तो केबल संजय सर टेबल ला और पिछले आ रहे
लेना पड़ेगा मेरे शूज इधर
शू निकल पेगो गटर में इधर तोड़ बड़ी मोटी जरूर नहीं
जाने
जानो ओ जानो
ऐसा इधर से ले ले इधर आ बे तू उधर से मेरा हाथ ही नहीं टूटा ऐसा ले ले ऐसा स्लोली ले ऐसा पीछे लेना है स्लो ले ऐसा स्पीड होगा यूज कर थोड़ा बोल रहा हूँ
ट्रेनिंग टप्पा लेते देर पूरे कभी लास्ट 2% देखने ले लो 2% ब्लैक लेते नहीं ना इनको दोनों को ले लो इधर से इधर 3 लोग को ले लो मैम
टेबल आ रहे हैं
हाँ जोड़ा तो पीछे बदल दिखते हैं सर
क्या है
बिल्कुल मैं आगे ले लूँ
ये रखिए
ये दो लड़का भी नहीं आया कौन लड़के लोग दिखते ही नहीं अभी क्या करूँ मैं अभी सर सर इनको आगे ले लो इनको आगे ले लो और तुमको सूरज दा उनको मैडम को लास्ट टाइम मैम को फोन करने लो लास्ट टाइम मैम माय राइट साइड रेडी
सर को पीछे सर
इसको कैमरा को वीडियो को भी निकाल दे
उनको
सूरज पीछा सब आ रहा
रेडी
Okay, everybody give your best smiles. 1, 2, 3 smile. Breathe in. Say cheese. Okay, one for the video.
Sir.
Suraj, camera पे आ रहा है, okay? और video shoot हो रहा है? Okay, everybody, Geotech Asia 2025. Okay, once more. 1, 2, 3, go. Record चालू रहने दे.
क्या क्यों ना मैं
ये लो.
मूवी क्या है आया आता तेरा गया था कैमरा गया था भूत होता नहीं नहीं होता था लेकिन नहीं होता था लास्ट को इसने लिया मैंने इसका कैमरा क्यों नहीं निकाल के ज़्यादा लोग
तेरा वाकड़े आता फोटो
मैं कॉपी लोड हो रहा है
एक फोटोग्राफर जाओगे
रुक दिखा देना डॉक्टर को दिखाना ये होता ये जानो तो रिकॉर्ड ऑफ कर तू लिया ये चालू रहने दे बोला सर बोले चालू